The very moment my own sister was dragging me into the depths, right when I heard her admit she was ending my life for $1 billion inheritance, I suddenly woke up. It was the very day she first moved back home. In my past life, she looked at me with those wide, innocent eyes, but her mind was screaming, I wish Dad was the one teaching me to swim, not this annoying sister of mine. Like a fool, I took her to the river anyway. Once we were in the water, her face shifted instantly. The second she cramped up, she grabbed my arm with a death grip, trying her best to pull me under with her. I used every last bit of strength I had to push her toward the shore, but all I got in return was my parents' pure hatred. My mom slapped me across the face. My dad roared, Heidi has suffered for 10 years and you tried to take her life. I couldn't even defend myself. And then, things got even worse. I opened my eyes, and that familiar voice echoed in my head again. I want to learn how to swim. I hope Daniela takes me. Looking into those clear, innocent eyes, a chill ran down my spine. Who would have guessed such a dark heart was hidden behind that face? This time, facing her plea, I intentionally acted like I didn't hear a word. She batted her lashes and tested the waters shyly. Daniela, it's so hot. Can you teach me how to swim? I gave her a cold look and shut her down. If you're hot, turn on the AC. Getting in the water is too risky. I thought avoiding the water would save me from my fate, but Heidi had a backup plan. During a family picnic by the lake, the moment our parents turned their backs, she threw herself into the water with a loud splash. Before I could even react, Dad had already pulled her out. Heidi was shaking all over, looking at me with terrified eyes. Dad's eyes were red with worry. Heidi, what happened? That's when she delivered the finishing blow, her voice breaking. It was Daniela. She pushed me from behind. She sobbed, playing the saint. But Dad, please don't be mad at her. I'm sure she didn't mean it. Instantly, Dad's fury turned on me. Daniela, how could you be so cruel? Mom looked at me, her eyes full of disappointment and disgust. Seeing the faint, hidden smirk on Heidi's lips, I knew this high-stakes game of cat and mouse had only just begun. How could you be heartless enough to do that to her? I looked at Heidi, but she quickly turned away, acting like a victimized little lamb. A second later, her inner voice rang in my head. Don't blame my sister. Maybe it was my fault. Ha! That old trick again. I grit my teeth and pointed at a nearby security camera. I didn't push her. Check the footage. I was at least 10 feet away from the water. But as Dad stood up to check, Heidi grabbed his arm, her voice trembling. Never mind, Dad. Maybe I just got confused. What a perfect guilt trip. The weaker she acted, the more he pitied her. Sure enough, Dad carried Heidi to the ambulance and gave me a look of pure loathing. It's your fault for not looking after her. Walk home. You're not getting in my car. I walked 6 miles alone in the dark until my legs felt like lead. I couldn't understand why her thoughts and her actions were so different. Was I not hearing her true feelings? 3 hours later, I finally made it home. The kitchen was cold, and I grabbed a few pieces of fruit to stave off the hunger. Suddenly, Heidi appeared. She was no longer weak. She looked perfectly fine, staring at me with a mask of sadness. Then, that timid voice returned. Can Daniela forgive me? I was so scared. I ignored her completely. Then, as she stared at the peach in my hand, her thought changed. That peach looks so good. I really want to taste. My blood ran cold. In my past life, I had listened to her desire and gave her a piece of fruit. She ended up having a severe reaction, and I got a lesson from Dad that left my face swollen for a week. This time, I wasn't falling for it. When she asked for it, I refused coldly. If you want one, ask Mom and Dad. I'm still hungry. Heidi pouted and walked away, looking hurt. But to my surprise, a peach went missing from the bowl anyway. Soon after, a piercing scream erupted from the living room.